Hello guys, today we're doing this project over here. It's going to be a scroll review and it's going to reveal something. In this particular case, it's going to be a video while you're scrolling in your React app. It is a great way to review photos for your website, and I just want to add something. I've written an article over here. You're going to find the link below the comments in the pinned comment, and here I've written everything from scratch. So pretty much the same thing, the same video, but in written form. As you can see, we have the code over here. I have explained everything in details, so I would recommend you to go and read this one. Let's start the video. All right, so I have opened the Visual Studio Code over here, and here I'm just going to create the React app. So let's go npx create React app, and here I'm going to go with slide review. There we go. All right, so this is a specific problem. No such file or directory. Okay. Okay, so what I did is I just went over here to see users app data roaming, and I just created a empty folder called npm, and after that I reran npx create React app, and that is going to kick it off. Now I actually had this problem because I deleted a lot of stuff from the app data. I was trying something with a camera, but anyway, that's not important. So let's just wait for it, and we're going to see how to proceed. All right, now that we actually have that, let's say npx create React app, and I'm going to give it a name. I'm going to say slide review. So enter that, and this now is going to be working without problems. We just need to give it a little bit of time, and we're going to come back in a bit. All right, it says happy hacking here, meaning that we have successfully installed React, and we're actually ready to run it. So let's go to CD and slide review now. So this is going to be our path, because you have to keep in mind whenever we're creating a React app, we are creating a folder. So we need to go enter that. And when you list, you're going to see this source over here. So now we can actually start it. Before we do that, however, I'm going to come here, delete app test.js, logo, report web vitals, setup tests. We're not going to care about them yet. Everything in index can actually go. Here I'm going to remove the logo, import, and I'm actually going to remove pretty much everything, leaving with my div class name app. In app CSS, I'm also going to delete everything. So we have the public over here. Okay, good. And now I'm going to say npm start. Again, keep in mind that whenever you do npm start, you have to be. Okay, wait a second, because it did open. You have to be in this folder where it's given a source. Now, we couldn't compile successfully because we are importing a logo using it somewhere, and it's saying that we cannot resolve it. So let me just see what we're doing and where we're actually doing it. Okay, so I haven't saved these things over here. If you Control S, you're going to see that everything is actually compiled successfully. If you open up the React app, currently it's just going to be empty. And what I can do is I can just return here hello world, and we should be able to see it right over here. Good. Now, what we're going to be doing today is we are going to do this scroll review. In order for me to do this scroll review, you can either put video, you can either put an image. It doesn't really matter what you put. Now I placed a video, but it's usually better to place an image. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to set up my, let me just make the code a little bit bigger, just like that. Okay, so inside the app.js, and actually this should be, yeah, okay, it doesn't matter, let's leave it at that. All right, so inside my app.js, I'm even going to squish down the terminal, and I'm going to start working over here. Now I'm going to say video, and I'm going to give it a source. So let's just say source, close the tag like that. And here I'm going to say div.app. Okay, didn't work. So let's do it like this. Class name is going to be app.bg, and ID is going to be bg. So here I'm having an empty div. Now this is going to be the empty div right over here, and this is going to be the video tag right over here. So imagine it like the following. We have the video and it's going to be taking the whole page. So this here is going to be our actual video, right? This is going to be the video that we're going to be using. However, I am also going to create one, let's make it white, temporary, like this. It's going to be this big, so as big as the video pretty much. And this here is going to be, the white section here is going to be my background. So this is going to be the app BG. The whole idea now is that when I'm scrolling, so when I go up and down with the scroll wheel, I am actually going to increase and decrease these sides over here. So if I'm gonna make it just like that, right? I'm going to increase the size, and this white thing over here is just going to either be very small, or of course it can grow to be very big. Once it's actually small, it's going to hide the image, and once it actually gets bigger, since it's going to be transparent, we're going to see the image. This is how we're going to be performing it. Now, I'm going to remove that. I already have everything that I need in here, and I just need to put controls over here on the video, because if I do not, we're not going to be able to see the play button. So this is going to be the video, and here we're going to have play, the timeline, and some other random dots, the way YouTube actually does it. And in source, something very important, if you put stuff in public, you don't really need to give and import the source path. I'm going to show you. In public, I'm just going to create a new folder, and I'm going to call this video. And inside this video, I'm going to be placing my video. So let me just find it. All right. Here you can reveal in File Explorer, and inside video, I'm just going to copy paste my vid. If I go to the vid, this is a video that I do not remember where it took from. It was a royalty-free video of a woman that is actually looking up and praying and then looking back to you. Good. So as you can see, pretty, these are the controls, by the way, that I have been talking about. So these things over here and the timeline, just like that. So yeah, I think that you can do it better with an image, because the background is going to be taking your mouse control, meaning that if you click on it, the video is not going to take any response. That isn't important currently, but however, yeah, I just want to mention that. Okay, we have the video here, and now I can just render it. So source is going to be equal to src, and this is going to be /videos /vid.mp4. As you can see, the same name that is inside here is going to be right over here as well. All right, good. And the type is going to be a video mp4. I was just going to say mp40, which was a German machine gun. Okay, good. So currently we have everything. If I go to React, you're going to see that I have rendered the video over here. So let me just refresh, and for some reason it's not showing. I'm just going to continue with the CSS, making it bigger, and then we're going to see how that is going to work out. Did I make a mistake over here? Video mp4.mp4 vid videos. Let's remove that. Let's give it a video. So let's. Okay, so something is happening, and there we go. There is the video over here, and of course you can now play it. All right, good. So we have visualized that. Now it's actually rather big, so we're going to be taking care of that. The first thing that I'm going to do is I am going to go to, what is it? We have imported app CSS, so it's going to be an app CSS. Now I'm going to remove all the margins and the paddings, so that's going to be margin 0, and that's something that we do constantly, making it box sizing border box to recalculate the stuff, taking into considerations your paddings. Okay, good. Let's go to the body, and I'm going to say min height, and I'm going to choose something that's going to be good for me and for my screen, since my screen is actually pretty big. And I'm going to say min height is going to be 3000 pixels. Now I'm doing that because I do want to be able to scroll. So if I refresh over here, I'm able to scroll. I don't know if that's 100%. I really don't know how much it is. All right, let's go back to the CSS, and here I'm going to tag app. Probably it's going to be better for me to place it just like that, so we can see what we're targeting. And probably it's going to be better for me to put thing on the right. There we go, good. So currently we're targeting this main div over here, this app. Now this I want to be position relative. I also want it to be justify content, center. I'm going to give it a position being equal to fixed. I'm going to give it top 0 and left 0. And I'm going to give it the full width and the full height of the current view place. So if I go over here, again, I do not know how much it is. There we go. Okay, good. So as you can see, the scroll wheel is appearing over here, but there isn't a scroll wheel over here below, which is exactly what I want. It's great. Let's continue doing that. Dot app, and I'm going to be targeting video. So I'm going to be targeting this video section here. Whenever it is something that is from HTML itself, you don't really need to specify dot. It's not a class name, it's a component. You can say it is a component. It's not actual, but taking into React context, it will be. Let's go with a position, and I'm going to give it an absolute position. I'm going to give it top left, going to be equal to 0. I'm going to give it 100% of the width and of course 100% of the height. And something very important is going to be object fit, which is going to be that cover. Now, let me just see how this look. And you can see that this is actually looking better because we're fitting on the screen and we're having this scroll that currently isn't doing anything because this video is position fixed. But this scroll is going to be an important part since we want to reveal it with a scroll. All right, and I think that what else do we need to do? App video. Yeah, we need to target the app background. So that's going to be app. And here I'm going to say BG. You can either say with the ID or you can either just say app/BG. I'm just going to give it an ID here. And in fact, this is rendering the class name useless, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to leave it like that for now. I'm going to give it a position absolute. I'm going to give it 100% of the width and 100% of the height. And also, I'm going to give it a background, which is going to be FFF, and I'm going to be providing a URL. Now, what is important here to know is that I'm going to be providing a URL of a dot, right, of a circle. Let me show you. Inside over here, public, I'm going to reveal in Explorer and open this. I'm going to be pasting new moon. So the new moon PNG is going to be looking like that. As you can see, it's just going to be a circle. I wanted a circle that's actually getting bigger, but you can do it with a heart. You can do it with a robot. You can do it with whatever you want, whatever image that you want to kind of reveal your inner image. Of course, it needs to be PNG. And here, let's provide it with public. And there was this new moon PNG. All right, good. And I'm actually going to place it in the center. Okay. Background repeat is going to be no repeat. The background size is going to be 100 pixels. And mix blend mode is going to go to screen. All right, let's see what we have currently. As you can see, currently we have just this dot over here, and it is hiding the video. Now it's hiding the video because I'm rendering actually the whole div. The whole div is going to be here, and this black moon that I placed is going to be over here. Now when I actually make it bigger and bigger and bigger, it is going to be like that. So it's going to go to the end of the screen, creating this dot so big, and in fact it's going to disappear from the screen, leaving the video that's going to be behind it. And as you can see, it's going to be looking very, very nice. Okay, so I think we actually have everything done. I'm going to be closing the app CSS because we do not need it anymore. And inside my app.js, we are going to do some work. All right, what is important for us to do, since we want to target when we're scrolling, is to use a hook. And here I'm going to say use effect tab, and this is going to be equal to a function just like this. And here I'm going to be providing an empty array because we do want to execute this only once. Now inside the use effect, I'm going to create a new function, and it's going to be set const handle scroll, and that's just going to be a function like that. Also, we want to attach event. Now, whenever you're actually doing something with the mouse, you're sending events. You'll know that. And here, I'm just going to say, I'm going to do it in the comment, attaching the scroll event listener. So whenever you're actually touching your scroll event on the mouse, we are going to call this function. Let's see how this is going to work. I'm going to say window.add event listener, and I'm going to be adding event listener scroll. What function we're going to execute? It is going to be handle scroll. That's going to be great. We do not need these semicolons over here. You know that I do not like them. And on the return, when I close my current component, I do want to detach from this event, so we do not produce any memory leaks. And I'm going to say window.remove event listener. What is the event listener that we're going to be removing? It's going to be scroll and, of course, handle scroll. So currently we have attached, and here I'm just going to say console log. I'm going to say scrolling. There we go. And if I go to the React app, if I say F12 and I start scrolling, you can see my scrolls over here. Now I'm scrolling. I don't know if you can hear it. Let me just go here, close to the mic. So this is going to be my mouse scrolling, and as you can see, it doesn't do anything because when the bar is all the way down over here, you cannot scroll anymore. You can just go up. So if I go down, like I'm doing now, nothing is going to happen. However, if I go up, you can see that the scrolling starts to appear. And of course, this is the function that we're going to be calling whenever we scroll. Good. So what do we want when we what do we want when we actually scroll? Oh yeah, also something very nice is that here you can see how much scrolling we had. 833, 833, just something that is worth noting. Okay, let's now remove this. So what do we want to do over here? Now, the first thing that I'm going to do is to actually find an element. I'm going to say const element, and that's going to be equal to my document get element by ID, and I'm going to be getting, you guessed it, BG. I think it was BG, yeah. So we're aiming at this empty element over here, and we want to increase the size. Now, if we have the element, if we have a valid element found, we are going to say console log, and we're going to say element found. If I go now to the React and I scroll, you're going to see that I have found some element with this ID. And this element that I have found is this dot over here. In fact, it's not this dot over here, it is just this entire, as you can see, app BG. You see, this is the video over here, and this is the app BG, which you cannot you cannot see anything because it's standing in front of the video. Let's go now here. So we have found the element. No need for me to do that anymore. And I'm going to say let value going to be equal to Windows scroll Y. So let's go scroll Y. Do this, and here I want to increase the background size. So I'm going to say element dot style dot background size, like that, and I'm going to say 100 plus value multiplied by 3 plus, and I'm going to give the characters px just to make it equal to pixel. So let's go now here, and you can see that we are rendering the video. Now, what is the problem currently and what's happening now is that I cannot render anymore because I cannot scroll anymore. As you can see, I'm down over here, and this is going to be depending on your window size. So I am rendering this now, but if I want to make it a little bit bigger, probably I'm going to change this to 4000. Let's see if this is going to be any better. And there we go. As you can see, we're scrolling. So this is going to be some perfect example for a landing page where you're going to have a lot of information, and when scrolling, you're going to be revealing other videos. Of course, however, you can reveal stuff quicker, so you don't need to have that much of a scroll. Oops, sorry for that out tabbing. You can actually increase the step. So you can go to app.js and you can increase this step over here. You can multiply it by 4 if you want to. and this is going to make it better. So yeah, there we go. You can actually increase, and you get the video or the current image. I hope you found this video useful. Do not forget to check my blog over here. Oops, not the stats. I'm not going to show you the stats, even though I'm not hiding anything. but there it is over here. Engage clients with captivating website content. Feel free to come here, read it, leave it a comment if you found it useful. And of course, I do have the video over, not the video, the code over here explaining everything the way I did in the video, but in a written form. I hope you found this video useful, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.